You're so cool, playing with fire. You think you can have just what you desire. You think you can be a cheat and a liar and keep me home all alone. I think I'll do some slipping. On my own. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It is Tuesday, right? Yes, it is Tuesday. 7th of March. And we're supposed to have Otto B today. Tried to call him, didn't get through, but hopefully Hot Miles of us join us. Hopefully let's join us. I hope you enjoyed the first song. I really hope you enjoyed the first song. That was by Sandy Barber. I think I'll do some stepping and brackets on my own, and that's the Opolopo rework. Um, very groovy classic song, and that literally comes from top 10 songs of all time from Otto B. So yeah, he gave me that list, and the music is absolutely banging. I'm gonna go on now and put on another one. Um, Seeing that we're still waiting for him, and perhaps we might even start the conversation on our own about Otto B and the amazing work that he's doing in the house music scene. So as always, do not be shy. Do not be shy to come and grab the mic. Please don't be shy. Let's have a good Tuesday together. It's everything house music yet again, of course, with another guest, with another bang of a legend in the house music scene. So for now, I'll play another song. Yes, let me play another song. And this one is Blaze. Oh, so the songs that you're playing are now years and now I Kuzmalanga DJ le. Um, Blaze, and the title of the song is Elevation. Please enjoy. And thank you again for joining us on Everything House Music. Hope you enjoy our time with us. Hope you enjoy our evening with us, the conversations, as well as the music. Shout out to you for coming through. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Awubona. This is Sabrina Child, and you're listening to the Deep House Space. This is Sabrina Child. Use your mind's go. See the minds he has for you. See the stars. They can tell us who we really are. Only you can open heart. Let the spirit teach us where it starts. Everything house music. This is Sabrina Child, and you are tuned in to Everything House Music. To Everything House Music. Everything house music, propelling sounds with meaning, delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music, casting spells on
Got
unlearned
something to say?
beings, bringing
Make
them
a
to the
professional podcast
underground.
with
These grooves are worthy, cause house music is where it's at. Believe me, everything house music.
And that was Blaze Elevation. Okay, I'm gonna call right now. I'm gonna try get our guest Cospacing in sharp. So please hold in a bit. But for now, Lloyd, Otwara mic mo.
Hola, 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 hola. We're here, guys, on a Tuesday night. Everything house music. I'm waiting on our guest, Otto B, automobile, automatic gear, auto everything. Yeah. Um, while Voxman is going to call our guest, Booga, are we watching Chronicle Deep creating a new genre in front of our eyes, guys? Chronicle Deep is literally creating another genre in front of our eyes. Hello, Lena. Yeah? This guy is literally creating another genre in front of our eyes. I'm like, yo. And it's bringing out heat after heat after heat. These are songs he recently made. They're not part of the album that he was supposed to drop last December. These are different. Yo, yeah, I know. What do you think about that, Booger? While he's still waiting for our guest, just breaking that ice.
Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. I hope everyone is doing great. It is a Tuesday once again. Welcome to it. It is everything house music. Yeah, and today, it's Petinja game. One of the best engineers, I could say. Yeah, for me, he is. But again, he's been in a game for a moment. A lot of people don't know him. Well, yeah, a lot of people don't know him, but he's been in the game. He's been in the game. Doing a lot of things, creating a lot of concepts, mastering a lot of people's music. Yeah, he's been in the game for a moment. But shout out to him, and he's here. He's here. Voxman did do the things to be done. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. But yeah, re tla utlwa ka yena when he has arrived. But nevertheless, what's up, everyone? I hope everyone is doing great. I hope everyone is doing good. I hope everyone is ready. I hope you guys are sitting comfortably because it's gonna be one expensive show. As you all know, we always keep it expensive. As you all know, we always bless y'all. But yeah, today it's all about Otto B. Godman le game. As you guys probably could know, Takila Gang, but I don't want to talk much. Vox will do the will continue with everything, but yeah, everything has music, everything. Yeah, get it? But yeah, hope everyone knows sharp. Lloyd, just to answer you, Mfana, I'm aware of what you're talking about. I am fully aware of this guy creating this other new genre just in front of our eyes, guys, and we just situlile as a country. Re thotsa re bue next, re thotse fela. But hey, I guess we have to be quiet when it comes to good things, we do have to be quiet. Ho tse ding ya ke mo re ka lwanang teng, but then well, Lloyd hantlentle, it's a story of another day. Wa tseba boy, tlamele vele re tlo bua ka yona hantle wa bona. But yeah, let me hand it over to you, Lloyd.
Hola, 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 Booger. Before I go back to Foxman, our guest is here. Let me try to check if he can hear us.
Ke a le utlwa.
Ntate Otto.
Ke se le bua ka eng pila mo? O iralang mo pila?
Ai, ne re no qotanyana fela before o fitlha bona. Re no.
Le re ruta dilo, wa itse le re ruta dilo man.
Monna, o robetse mo o robetse. O nnetse YouTube le Instagram. Ha o tsebe gore di a
Aga
ntsha ka mo.
robala tlo. Aga robala. We rona mana we live a different life. During the week, my man, we are dads, we are husbands. So yeah. A rena nako ka phone ka mo ntlong.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense.
Eish.
At least re o tsositsenyana. Bona ro kenya dinthong jaanong.
Mone, Carly, you guys, pila, o survivile. Like, get up, man, no, 2022. At 8:30, my phone switches off to night mode. No calls, no nothing during the week. So if go was a phone then, Nikile today.
Yo. Vox. Utlwa guest ya rena man.
Yeah, lena ke bone. That's why ne ke ra ere ke phone, man. Maybe something is happening,
Serious.
Mara.
You did the best thing ever, my man. Like from 7 o'clock in my house. We don't have phones for 7. So I dedicate my time to my kids, my wife, this and that. I can call my phone. I want to know WhatsApp. I want to know what I want to phone. So we're now waiting more on now today, but you were very lucky. A big araba.
No, I write a notion. Wait, I love that notion, man. I even said it during the day where I think we are a generation that's very toxic. So every now and then we just should put our phones away, man. Wait,
Yeah,
fella, without our phones, and then just
Mm,
communicate again. Just talk to one another. No, so shout out to that. Shout out to that indeed.
mm.
But we thank you. We thank you again, Mr. Otto B. Thank you for joining us and being a guest on Everything House Music. Nesitomile Vele, as you saw. So we already played two songs, which
Yeah.
are you have been your selection. Wonderful songs. And I think where I'd like to start off at is perhaps um musically. I think you've been around. I mean, you read your bio. You've been around for quite a while. OttoB. You've been around. You've been playing in so many places. Played with so many people. Um,
Mm.
what do you see in terms of the craft of DJing today? Where do you see it? Seeing that you've been a musician and an artist and a DJ who's been in the scene for over 2 decades or so, right? So, but
Mm.
where do you see the art of DJing today? Let's start there. Thank you.
The art of DJing. Yo.
Yes, a lot of people are complaining about it. They're saying all kinds of things regarding the art of DJ in terms of how we look behind the decks. O re re etsang, ha bona? Is it
Man,
all about the fame or is it about fashion? So it's there's a lot of talks about it.
this question is very tricky because if you would be asking me this question on based on the art of DJing when we started, I would be able to give you a different answer. But if you're asking about the art of DJing now, it's a different story altogether. You understand? Reason
And
why I'm saying that, how when we started, playing, and I'm talking about we from 99, 2000, you know, um, DJing was the role of a DJ back then. DJing had a lot of things. It had skills. You need to have, you were supposed to have a certain skill that you possess, which separates you from the rest. Your collection of vinyls was aligned to your taste of music, you know, and then that vinyl era on its own, it's an art on its own. You understand? Now, if you asking me that question, yeah, yeah, Hori, where the art of DJing now there's no art anymore in DJing. You understand? Because reason why I'm saying that there's no art anymore. DJing now, it's you are seen as headphones. You are seen with riders. You are seen with hablies. You are seen like you understand. There's no art there anymore. You understand? It's just a fame element which is in the DJ. I myself, I don't have a rider. Now, when you book me and you tell me what do you drink, what's your rider, I'll rather tell you, give me the money that you want to buy me rider for. Put it on top of my booking fee. You understand? Because we somehow trying to break away from the norm of I book OttoB drinks, Don Julio 1964, which is 3,000 rands, and that's not DJing. That's not how DJing is. Understand?
nah, Kautola, hi, Kautola. I think I'll feel like spacing Rautola. Thank you for that. Thank you for your first submission. Just before Kobega, just to further on, just to explain Ureta more to Pina. I think I did, yeah. But we are Everything House Music. We've been doing this for probably almost 20 months now. Yeah. And we converse about the music at large. We bring in guests, we bring in artists, producers, people in the music scene, where us as fans can get a one-to-one conversation with you and
I see
dwell.
my mom, she's even on this thing, guys. What's happening here?
Oh, okay, that's lovely.
My old lady, she's listening to this thing. Thank you, Paula.
Now just keep applying. Angiyakhathazeki old lady.
Mm,
Angiyakhathazeki applying. So yeah, I thought I just mentioned who we are, and the panel is all here today. Yo, I think we haven't had our panel full like this. Miss LP is here. Unogwanda is here. Ubuga, alongside Lloyd. So in all different characters. So noma sizokubuza umbuzo, the questions won't be the same because
okay.
of the people that you are. I'm just a fan of music. We play music. We listen to jazz. I'm also an events planner, promoter.
Mm,
So I'll ask questions perhaps that derive through me. So we thank
okay.
you so much again for joining us and being a part of everything house music.
Okay.
So we're sharp with you for the next hour 30 minutes. Just want to confirm that.
1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tlo fita fela, tlo fita fela tla e bona.
Okay. He's a kalala. Oh.
I think where the person that I think will make us start our conversation today, and she does it always so well. So let's start with Sis Nogwanda. Sis Nogwanda, good day again. Welcome to Everything House Music. Please start it all for us today. And I think one question should be good, seeing that time-wise also. Nah. So Sis Nogwanda, please unmute.
Great. Thank you so much, Voxman, for allowing me to start Everything House Music with the incredible Otto B. It is such a pleasure to be able to introduce you. I'm whispering a bit because, like Otto, I'm also I'm also a family orientated family woman. My baby's sleeping beside me. But this is an absolute pleasure. I mean, sitting with the founder of Tequila Gang is, yeah, and somebody who actually started off Sunday Vibes, as a DJ many years ago. You've probably been DJing for as long as, like, I think I was starting primary school when you started DJing.
Even.
So I'm gonna make my question short. I wish I could ask 2 questions, but ka one. What do you look for in, and this is very selfish, the question I'm asking, because as you can hear, I'm a vocalist. So what do you look for in a vocal sample? What's that thing that strikes you, that makes you want to go back and use it or sample it, or give it to somebody else? Yes, I mean, the beats and the rhythm, I know my peers will ask you great questions, and we have an incredible panel, as Voxman has said, but what's that thing that you look for in voice?
Personally, I'm not a producer per se. So I've studied music, I've studied production, but I've never, I've never ventured into production that much. Reason why I've stopped that element of my life when I lost my son, which is was when 2017. So I had a full on studio at home, which my firstborn son is utilizing it now. So when I lost my son, I used to be heavy on production then, but that I found myself in a space where that studio, every time I went to the studio after we buried him, it used to remind me of him a lot. Then I had to shut down that studio. I had to break it down and pack everything out from that studio. Then I stopped going into that phase. So that's when I left production. So I'm afraid I won't be able to answer that question of yours. What do I look for in a vocalist, because I'm not into production at the moment.
Ooh, yeah, my condolences to you and your family for your loss.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that you ever really get over. So yeah, you touched me in my studio for that one, and I think there was probably a reason why I asked that as the first and only question right now. So big ups to you for being an incredible dad and an incredible partner, and setting time aside and also listening to yourself. It's very admirable. So yeah, I know we have another speaker, and so I'm gonna hand the mic over to the other lady on the panel, because it ends up becoming a very quick boys club very soon and very easy. So Miss LP, please take it away.
Good evening. Thank you so much, for allowing me to have this opportunity. So I'm gonna try and keep it short as well from my side for now, because I can be a little bit long-winded. Y'all know me, right? I think I'm gonna leave it at 2 questions for now. So the first thing is I'd like to understand what your music inspiration has been, Otto B. Maybe let's start with that one.
You'd like to repeat that? You want to understand what?
Your music inspiration. So what basically inspires you musically? It could be anything from family to people that you wanted to work with, anything really that is your inspiration when it comes to music.
My musical inspiration. I'm a soulful man. I like soul, man. I like the music that speaks. I like emotions in a deep house song. So yeah, that's what draws me before before anything else. But even though I'm more into soulful, even my deep house side, I would play you a deep house song that doesn't have vocals, but that song can speak to you. I don't know if that makes sense.
100%. Just on that also, outside of, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Outside of deep house, has there been any other type of genres that you've been interested in basically venturing into? I mean, you've spoken now about the more. You seem like quite a, how do I put it? And I think I appreciate that. Really, I resonate with that. There's a certain vulnerability about you that I really appreciate, and I feel like that's very important when it comes to sort of music, because at some point we need to kind of let those emotions out. So I really appreciate that. But on that note, is there any other type of genre that you are interested in, maybe in the future, in venturing into outside of deep house?
Yo, before Pila Pila na, my first love of music, it's hip hop and trip hop mainly. So I'm very big on that, but it's just that, it's I try to I keep hip hop side, the hip hop side, keep it to myself more. But a lot of people that knows me, my vinyl collections, I buy a lot of trip hop, a lot of new jazz, a lot of lounge on vinyl. So I'm very big on that aspect as well. Even when I play records, most of my sets are mainly trip hop and lounge or a bit of bossa nova there. But yeah, that's another side of my music.
Interesting. I never saw that coming. Sure. Wow. Thank you for that. Just one last thing that I'm going to touch on for now. You mentioned something about when you were asked around the question of basically DJing and the artistry that is, or used to be rather, the artistry that used to be DJing, right? And you basically mentioned how things have changed if we look at, yo, Nogwazi, I think I was also, Nogwanda, sorry, I think I was also probably somewhere primary or crèche or somewhere when he started, but that's a story for another day. But you mentioned something about when you basically started music, how things were done previously versus how things are done now. Obviously, there's been 180-degree, I think, sort of shift. What do you think? What would be the, how do I put it? In terms of educating, maybe let's say the up and coming artists or the up and coming DJs, what would you educate them in terms of just keeping that authenticity, really understanding your worth and not necessarily selling out because of where I think DJing is going currently? How do you continue? What type of advice would you give a person in terms of remaining, your authentic self? And as I said, not necessarily selling out just to basically get gigs.
Well, with that question, it's gonna take me back to the first explanation when I made earlier. The DJing now, ne? And this is not you must don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sound like a Paul Kruger era DJ. We need to move with the times as well. You understand? So we can't be stuck in the old regime. Yeah, when I you started playing 20 years ago. No, things must move. I am totally against a lot of things that a lot of people who started playing at my era are against now, which you'll have talks of, especially vinyl DJs. One I believe is a topic for another day. But as far as DJing is concerned now, for me to advise you or to advise someone who wants to venture into DJing or wants to start DJing, when you want to start DJing now, ho thoma o re o batla ho letsa hona bjanong, know exactly why you want to start playing. Don't want to start playing because of Oskambo, or because of whoever, or because of Lerato Kanyago. No. The element of DJing, it's slowly losing its plot. And the way the DJ the langa thing every day, it at some point DJing will start being something selling more. It's not conducive, because as much as the market is big enough for all of us, but it's slowly getting narrower, and it's slowly getting, thinner and thinner. And now when you come as a new DJ, you need to possess a certain skill that no one else has, that will separate you from the rest. You understand? Either no one else has, or just go beyond you just wearing headphones and looking smart behind the table with a hubbly by your side.
You must really not like Hubley, hey?
I like it. That thing is the one.
Just teasing. Okay, Askisiman, as you busy going on, you kind of creating another, another question and another question, another question. So it's basically just a follow up, not necessarily a new question. Um, I just need to get an understanding, right? So obviously, again, you've got quite I think a wide variety of experience and years behind you. What would be the advice that you would give gatekeepers, right? So the gatekeepers themselves, in terms of allowing people to penetrate the industry, but also on the other side, while you are trying to make it, what would be the advice that you would give that person in terms of how to navigate around gatekeepers? Because I think that's also quite a big struggle that a lot of us face when it comes to not only being an up and coming, but basically just being sustainable within this industry.
Eish. Yeah, that one. That one, I don't know. Advising go it might break a lot of people. uh, you know, I'm one person that when I see an opportunity, or if I do get a chance to plug someone in, and I'm all for that. But in this industry that we are at, it's not easy. You will never, find an Otto B, or who will open things for you, or who will do this for you that easy. So it's gonna be tricky for me to answer that, because Koyarawa and is going to cripple other people.
Uno senya fela, rona re tla patela.
Yeah, good. The problem is Twitter mergo.
No, and I mean, I respect what you're saying right now, because obviously you are still in industry, and you need to kind of sort of also watch watch what you say. But I think it's a very important question, and maybe a little bit later, maybe you can brew on it, and then maybe find a bit of a more diplomatic way of putting it. But I think for me, I speak for a person who is up and coming, and I think it's something that for me is a very important question that I would want someone who's been in the industry to advise me on, because there's a lot of people that struggle. There's people who've really painted themselves as gatekeepers, and they make it very difficult for people to penetrate. And for me, it's not necessarily just about plugging people, but if someone is really good, or you see that potential, basically just showing them the avenues as to, okay, these are the ways that you can, maybe from a branding perspective, from a technically, how do you do this, there's a lot of ways that people can kind of support you without necessarily plugging you. But a lot of the people that have painted themselves in a way that, I'm a gatekeeper, it's made it very difficult for people that are up and coming, or even one while you're in, for you to even want to continue, in this industry. So
No, you're 100% correct. You are 100% correct. I think it's one thing that we also, if there was a lot of, a lot of who ought to be, who are willing to do that for a lot of people in this game, this industry would be a very nice industry to live in. I, for one, when we started Tequila Gang, it was just mainly about us playing at home around during lockdown, when we couldn't gig anymore, until when the country started opening up. It started moving away from myself inviting my friends over for streaming, to myself accepting requests of DJs that I don't even know, that I haven't even met, to a point where the show now, it's no longer about Otto B now. It's about giving a platform to those people that I don't even get to know. It's very shocking that you find one person who comes to this live streaming, he will get there or she will get there and she will be on like, I'm here to play. And I like, kana kwena mang, ake moitsi, but I gave him the platform. If we had people like those, that who can, reach out to a lot of people, by long more they come from nowhere, without even you knowing it, but I always say, hore, for you to come and say you want to come and play on the streaming platform, it's not in me for me to say that you can play here. If you phone or you want to come and play, I will give you the platform, whether you are good or you are not. The people that watches the show, the people who are subscribers on the channel, they are the one who will determine whether you can play or you can't. Now I'm not God to say that you can play. Obviously, if I know if I can or whatever, but we all started somewhere. There's no one who to 2 million are no tomolesa and then he's a perfect mixologist. No, I think. Ba botlhe ba thomile ba le rusty, ba botlhe ba thomile ba le ka mokhomong, until to a point where now they are perfecting the art, which is DJing. You got hands here.
We have everything here. We have everything.
One year here.
O shota re fana ka tšhelete. O shota tšhelete. Hey, you get this, shota ka tšhelete. Thank you, Miss LP. Thank you so much. Before I call Lloyd ne, re kae my chance, the mic, ka o tseba ntja, ka o tshepa. O Lerato, welcome to Everything House Music, brother. I know this man from this side of the world. Please unmute your mic. Thank you.
Short Shida.
Shabuze.
Shapoja.
Kaofela ntja.
Oh, la spar the guy, Papa.
How are you?
Number one. No, man, I just wanted to compliment Autiaka. If there's anything I appreciate about you, every time I listen to your mixes, I'm bound to learn something. Especially your appreciation mixes. Opola, there's the last one, my favorite, Nesty Nerko, where you like go deep into one artist and just showcase the Spanish one. Another, I just want to know, Khalekisa bone o dlala le mathata. Di le moja di lo di sharp. And then also kore motho a sa tle perere ha o no re a ka kry-a match because online next a butaka wena le June Jersey ne ka di-keeper a khona la re khawata mara yeah otherwise appreciate everything Otto B. Yeah, all the best. A ke lwane ne ke botsa fela ke feta ka tsela.
Yeah, no, what's up here? That's almost was a lot of it. No, Nala Matata Sharp, Matata is
Okay.
a Matata is a member, is a founder of Tequila Gang. You understand? So me and Matata were fine.
Okay.
It's just that he got to a point where he wanted to venture into something else, which is Noko. and
Go buying it
and
down. Okay.
yeah, and when he started Noko, he made it clear, or you know what, I think it's time now I move and go start something of my own, somewhere else, go guy, because of energy. It's as you grow, and
Sure.
then he got to a point where he even said, "Or now I think." Because of you came up with this tequila game, as much as it's our baby, you can run with it. Now I'm going to focus on other things. But even Lekono Kukwa, he gets to record the sessions. So what
Sure.
happens is he's got his other there's equipment that he has the side, there's equipment that I have the side. So when he gets a chance to record, he can record that side and we
From
find
that
the
side.
channel
Okay.
and yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I know. Dilo sto from Achaka. Ta.
Then when di kipa le di do mo mang di kipa o di kry fela go perere fela o go di kry yalo na mo we've got a WhatsApp store number what yeah
Oh, utaifa Fox, but I want like spacing.
assembly
Okay. Touch
itara.
Shout out Lerato, Ralebo Anja. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for grabbing the mic on Everything House Music. Next up, RF Bongs. Pora the Funk. Happy Tuesday. In fact, I connect that. I'm fine. Please unmute your mic.
Yo, how's it, man?
It's all good. Your side?
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're pushing, eh? We're pushing. Not much complaints. Not much complaints. Yeah. What's
Now,
up?
welcome to Everything House Music of Fun Eyes. Guys, submission yako program as always.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that. You know, I got the space a bit late, and I'm still trying to get the gist of things.
Oh, namhlanje igesti Otto B. Abantu bafunda lapha phezulu.
Yeah, this is what I just read.
Oh.
That's just yeah, man. Yeah, I would say, I did follow some of his mixes for some time. Yeah, man. There's no question as such, but to what he's doing, I would say I appreciate what he's doing. To the house movement and everything. It's highly unlikely that you'd find someone taking other person's music and not being selfish about his art, but always pushing. So people like that are needed in the industry at the end of the day.
Otto, ka araba mo.
The Manurle is not a question as such.
Yeah, it was a comment. It was a
Ufani
remark.
flower.
Thank you, Bongs. Thank you. Thanks, brother. At least thanks, Bongs.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Keep on pushing, man. And hopefully someday we cross paths and maybe we can mash up something. Eh?
That's someday, my man. It can be this Friday. You must come to Pereira or come to Fire Nice. We must mash up now.
And yeah, that's not even so far from me. So yeah, maybe I'll look around.
Later.
Yeah, we.
Nah, shout out, Porra. Thank you for coming through, brother.
Thanks, man.
Easy. Next up, let's give the mic to Shabi Ninja. Puga the DJ program. Please unmute your mic. Thank you. Olo, say it.
Olo.
Ayakwazi.
Antone yakhinya ntone yangibhora ntone ayangikhinya ntone ngimoshelilanga ayangikhinya yo Godman laka Otto Fire Godman
Wana work Rodman wana longwa ka kan.
nna ke mnyane Godman a se ka sa botsa dilemo nna ke tseba fela hore wena o lenjala game nna ke mnyane fela ke ntho e ke tsebang hore wena moholo le nna ke ntwana ha re be mo hore nna ke ntwana ha ko bona tlamele ke re Godman ha e dula jwa tlamele ke re Godman a ko bona e seng Otto ntjaka Godman wa understand o krende Godman laka I'm blessed. So Godman laka, tell me because you already mentioned a lot of things in which to the questions that Ms. LP na naibota le nokwanda na naibota. So I'd like to ask right now regarding the music that you've been playing. Okay, let's start here. Why music? Why did you choose music? Because you grew up and then you went to school to go study also music. Why did you choose, under all career paths that we have, why did you choose to go that route of music?
Pila Joe, okay. I didn't really choose music at an early age, because the reason why I'm saying that, even from the DJing aspect, I would say Tamara, I was introduced to it, at a younger age. So I did metric. My first gig, actually, I always so the first time we hosted an event, Rona, it was 99, no, 2000. 2000, we hosted the metric pens down bash. Myself and a friend of mine called Barabob hosted a dining really two. Understand? Our school came le dikolo tse ding di atla ko hae kwa ko makoko na stains la teng ra ikutswa ka kry dipigara tsa bomikho ka kry morena mikho atla, then I invited Silibin. Silibin used to be, well, stories are Silibin son. Yo, Ratatla Moson. So Silibin and my uncle, they were buddies in high school. You understand? So, and you see, if there's one person who can claim Hore taught me how to play, it has to be Silibin, because I would find myself and my uncle in Silibin's home, Kurangua, Kuzon 1, ba recorder, the cassette, then they will record side A, ba fetse side A, na go le 90 or 60 minutes. He ba fetsa ba tseya break ba ya go ntle bo tsubanyana dikwae, ba ntšea ka mo ka moreng. Ha ntse ba le go ntle kwa ba no utlwa fela dilo tse di korto, dipina ntse di thulana mola. Then they come back and then when I look on until a day where when they were hearing those then he came and said, no, this is not how you do this and do that. And I tell you root happy because I grew when I said we two already when we are not here. So go one time one and from here I tell you and then he was telling me that Robert his 10 tables. Then I had to know how to play. So yeah, kids want to you.
Wow. Very inspiring. But what's all of it? Because you said the truth. When it comes to guys who would teach you how to DJ, we'd have strict guys because le navela I know na balangruta ka rula wa itseba ke khonman the
Yeah.
rula
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, Lionel Flopunyana, but then we were able to surpass that stage, but then everything is good. And one thing I love about you is the fact that you are truly open to the fact that you just mentioned that you accept whoever it is. If you know how to play, you'll play. If you don't, it doesn't matter. I gave you an opportunity. And that's one thing I love. Going to that route, do you see yourself maybe Khodmane, having some sort of agency nyana or platform nyana or kaibula? Already Takila Gang is there, yes. But then in terms of probably let's say there are people who are so inspired that they also want to be DJs and producers and sound engineers and all that. Do you see yourself having a platform for bona, giving them that opportunity that you are already giving people right now? Probably let's say people from poor backgrounds who don't have that enough chelete or bakaya skolo this whole.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that now I believe in opportunities. You see, if I see an opportunity that avails itself Mopela Matraka and it's necessary for me, I think I can do that. But we had a vision, myself and Matata. We always had this vision that one day we will own a place maybe in Pretoria or in Polokwane where you open doors for such and but nah, if I had to consider that opening something like that, it will have to be in far away from urban areas. If I need to open something like that, it has to be somewhere in the rural areas, somewhere where opportunities are fewer, and that's where the skills are raw before they get diluted by the city. So if ever something like that, it has to be at home, maybe somewhere, but far away from the city, and try to introduce that element to a Otto B wannabe who's not even open to clubs or doesn't even know anything about the scene. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What's sometimes uko unahane karabo you think that you'll get another answer that says, "Aye, you know what? Yeah, what? No, aye." Khanti, it's such a simple answer, but beautiful because it explains a lot of things. It explains a lot of things. But Khonman Laka, for now, let's just park it there. Let me hand it over to Voxman, and then I'll come back with more questions. Cause bato hey. But yeah, very sharp Khonman Laka. Vox.
No, shout out to Opoga, shout out to Opoga the DJ. Okay, Nekere, right now, let's take a drinking break, yeah, maybe smoke break or stretch break or Otopia or guest no pumula, man. So I'll play a song. Yes. I'll play one of Otto B's selections from one of his best songs ever in the house music scene. And then we'll come back to more conversations. Thank you so much, everyone is here. Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. This is Everything House Music. And yes, our guest today is Otto B. Next week, we have Poisanza. Yes, so feeling njengama legend in this feel plan. He's actually in the space right now. With Mamela, just maybe to get to hear what we actually dwell into the space. So thank you so much for coming through. Right now, I'm gonna play Be Yourself. Yes, Be Yourself. But before I play Be Yourself, the Manu remix, Otto B. Where does this song take you? Please, where does this
It takes me very far, that song, man. Yo, be
Please tell
yourself.
us, please.
Hey, it takes me very far. Hey, oh, that song. Hey, you can kiss how cool blind Joe. Yo, Bina in a lady faces it in chin, saying kiss and goes on. It doesn't even take me on one journey. It takes me through a lot of journeys. Very easy, village. The
No,
transition of when we started Capello on Sundays, and like that song just takes me everywhere, dog. It takes me everywhere.
absolutely. Lovely to hear that. Lovely to hear that. Aradlale number and then little khutla happy. What the conversations. Thank you again for joining us, spending your time with us on Everything House Music. Please enjoy.
To everything house music. This is Sabrina Child, and you are tuned in to Everything House Music. Everything house music.
Every smiling face is not a happy one. We're so good at disguising, yet deceiving no one. So much better just to be yourself. The road you travel belongs to you. What matters is how you see yourself. That's how the world will see you too. Oh, yeah. So tired of pretending that I'm happy all the time. We all need new beginnings and healing sometimes. Don't be scared to show the world yourself. You are so special. What matters is how you see yourself. That's how the world will see you too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's all that matters. Oh, yeah. Be yourself. Yeah. Be yourself. Be yourself. There is yourself. Be yourself. There is be yourself. When I look in the mirror, I like who I see. There is no one like me, so special and unique. Life will teach us how to love what is and not what we gotta love all of you. Yeah. Everybody else is taken. Be who you are. Don't you change a thing. Don't change a thing, babe. Don't you change a thing, y'all. You gotta love all of you. Yes, you do. You gotta love the color of your skin.
Everything house music.
This is Sabrina Chow, and you are tuned in to Everything House Music.
House music.
And that is Be Yourself by the Guri Boys, featuring Josh Milan. And that's the Manu remix. Wonderful, amazing song indeed. That was made by Manu. And thank you again for coming through and joining us in Everything House Music. On my watch is 21:07. So yeah, like an hour into it. And we are learning so much from the legend himself, Otto B. And it's good to see.
Legend.
Hey, yeah. You're a legend. You legend straight. Because straight only legend. I'm so shocked. Can you remarks ke kaofela? Why are you shocked though? Why are you shocked so?
Oh, Nagi as in a legend.
Okay, no, not jive, not jive. Mara rona still legend Ron. You've done
Thank
so much,
you.
man. Nah, you've done so much. Nah, pleasure. It's only a pleasure. Let's give the mic to Umtimbane. Umtimbane. Timba Shabalala has come through and grabbed the mic. Welcome to Everything House Music, brother. Please unmute.
Thanks, Buffett, and thank you very much, OttoB, for gracing us with your presence.
As far as Timban.
On. I would like you to focus on the business side of the Killer Gang, right? How do you now sustain it? How do you ensure that Batubazo Kalanko jointing how background and the concept of business side of Tequila Gang? Can you just kindly explain it to us? Maybe some of us will get some inspiration and start something from scratch, like you did during COVID. Thank you.
The business side of Tequila Gang Temba. Hey, Bila. Okay, I don't know how to break this one, but the business side of Tequila Gang as Tequila Gang on YouTube, there's no business there, right? Yeah. Tequila Gang business of selling T-shirts. Yes, there is business there of selling T-shirts, but it requires a lot of work, a lot of admin. I think if I had someone like Miss, is it Miss P, Miss LP? Yeah, I think Miss LP. Quite, if someone like who Miss LP, so they can volunteer to assist in running that side of the business. Tequila Gang clothing line range. It's a lot of work. There's business there, but as far as Tequila Gang and YouTube is concerned, there is no business there at the moment. Because reason why I'm saying that because we haven't got to a point where we monetize what we're doing on YouTube. For now, we are there to give a platform to, you having a content online, us, having a content online. When we started Tequila Gang during lockdown, I remember I used to remember that time we didn't even have movement. We were restricted movement. So I would start streaming at home alone. Then I do a 2 hour set. Then Matata will do a 2 hour set in Joburg until we started getting to forging the permits. Sorry, we work for this agencies. Mo e leng hore we don't, and we end up in his house, or they end up in my house, or we go to Vinny's house. We record. There's no monetization in terms of YouTube and Tequila Gang at the moment, to be honest, because for you to start monetizing YouTube and what we put there, there's a certain number that we need to be on. If I'm correct, yeah, there's a certain number, that certain subscription that we need to be on. There's a certain views that your streaming or your recordings need to be getting for you for YouTube to start monetizing on our platform. So for now, and even how Tequila Gang was started, we started this thing with our cell phones, streaming from our cell phones, moving to one cell phone to two cell phone, different angles, and then the next thing is one cell phone and a GoPro, and next thing two GoPros. Then we started moving from GoPros. We learned online. Okay, we can actually try DSL. We tried DSL, they didn't work. We tried mirrorless cameras, they didn't work, until we got to a point where we started perfecting what we're doing with. But everything that we had to do, because I remember there was a time we wanted to even sell our cars for us to be able to buy the gear that we wanted. You understand? Matata was ready to part with his golf. I think it was a golf 7, no, golf, is it the golf 8 or golf, no, the R. And then I told him, Lynn, I can even take my Amarok and put it on the market so that we can get money to buy cameras, because cameras are expensive anyway, and we wanted to live up to a certain quality of our streaming platforms. But luckily we didn't get to that point where we had to sell those things. Somehow we managed to pull through, and yeah, we're here now, and we're still moving even now.
Okay, no, thanks, and I appreciate the amount of work that you've put in the degree of excellence that exists in your platform. And thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Nah, shout out to Mtimbane. Thank you for coming through, brother, and coming through, grabbing the mic also and everything, house music. Lloyd, your hand is up. Twara mic.
Batho ba rekisa diamaroko wena. Hey, wa dlala wena. Yo. Hey, sure. I wanted to focus on the business side as well, but my focus is gonna be on the sound hiring business, right? Because you're also part of that business, right? So I'm asking because there might be someone on the space who's trying to venture into that business. So I want you to take us through the journey of being a business owner, hiring sound to other people. Tell us the risks that come with that business, and also highlight the fruitful things that happen with this business. Thank you.
Yeah, you see, more than Otto B. Pila na sound. It's my core business. To be honest, actually, let me just say it used to be before COVID, because we were all shattered by COVID, and Rona's entertainment we got hit the most. But even now, yeah, I'm that person when it comes to sound. I'm very much driven by a line array, which cost 50,000 or whatever. I'm on that league. If Pioneer would say we are releasing CDJ 4,000, I'll get them before a month. Chilimo marketing. So from that element of sound, it's sound business used to be. It used to be a well-oiled machine for me. It used to be very sustained before COVID, but whenever I know, we slowly getting back into the the big event space. Even though it's still not easy for us in the entertainment, because affordability whenever I know it's a big issue for a lot of people. So we don't even get to supply, or we don't even get to get booked for sound. There's very few gigs that require sound anymore. But Yona, it's a very sustained business from my end. Le hona bjanong ke sa phela ka yona. At least the one element that is moving too much in my sound business is the CDJs. You understand? I've got more than 6 pairs of CDJs that, every weekend you get a CDJ for hire somewhere. Go guy. But the CDJ, let's say you got like 8 or 5 pairs of CDJs. All those CDJs got weekend you've got 2,000s, you've got 3,000s, 900. You understand? So that it's another sustained business element that I've managed to still push even now. Yeah.
Nice. Wa bona bjanong le utlwile ke bolela Otto B, ke re le kwele. No ke bolela Otto B. So okay, I'm gonna come back to the CDJs, right? I want you to take us through your journey venturing into the business of sound hiring. How did you start? What did you start with? What's your speaker as one? How did that come about? I want you to take us through the journey.
Ke menuile ka koloi, as ne ke menua ka koloi, instead of re lokise ka e kadisa di piece, then I started buying turntables from that money.
O menile ga koloi feng ene o e rekisitse ka bokae? Ene o rekisitse eng wa rekang?
Okay, ke menuile ka koloi jona. Hey, wait, this story said. So we're coming from a gig. We're coming from a gig in Carnalita back in the days. We were very young. I think na because Tommy driver, hey, mabe, moya Tomo driver. So ke menuile ka my first car. It was a Jetta. You understand? It was a Jetta CLI. So we were coming from Carnalita, Kamasa, Kabu around 5, 6 a.m. Then remember Carnalita is in town in Pretoria, and we were driving to Brett's, myself and Brabop, and Bobo Kalerdiwaka. So we're driving, going home from Carnalita. Just 10 minutes before home, we park by the side of the road. Rebetha ke phefonyana. Cause the Thomas is to move to Baraco and Zig driver. Then I got Zanamo continue driving. Then next thing, Golo so much in Rubezi, when away where I'm going. Razo Kamara tinta mola understand. From Mo, that got really is one more. Yeah, good penal beating. Remember, by that time, I don't even have money to fix the car. I don't even have a license. So there's no way you carry we are go rough with lima in so we're coming from Pretoria. A gona le case o ka e bulang. A gona license o le tlhaga Carnalita. You understand? You are very young at the time. So it looks like when it left the accident scene, motho a no a e thoa ka mo khopela da braro itse ke khopela from koloi maybe more a big snake to move a sharp rather right chopper whatever that was still intact. We managed to take it out, the engine, right? Cut the engine, cut the regis. So the money that I got from selling that car, I think you could level my 7,000 or 5,000. So didn't say one no gile, more no gile and go thing on that. But you didn't even know how much is the door. You didn't even care. So the little money that I got from chopping that car, I bought myself 10 tables. I remember it was a Stanton T. It was a T180. That time T180 was like the was like the second best after techniques or before techniques. No, before techniques. So I bought myself those turntables and a Numark mixer. So the year the year that I got an accident, it was actually my gap year. You understand? It was my gap year. Ne- bo yeah, you know. So that gap year was never like the following year. That's when I went back to school and I took my turntables. Started to play there. But by the time I was not even doing sound, I was doing finance and accounting. Go Pretoria Technicon. And yeah, those turntables they opened the hiring of equipment for me. But for me to buy those turntables, it was just a question of when I checked around that era, for you to become a DJ and you didn't even have your own equipment, it was a challenge. Because remember, from the vinyl era, you had to practice all the time. You understand? Every time, with whatever time that you get, you need to practice. You need to practice. So if you didn't have the tentacles by that time at your home, in your bedroom, it was not easy for you to penetrate or to become a good DJ or a good mixologist behind the desk. So I had to get myself turntables before I could be a fully blown DJ. You understand? Which is the one element even I'm still preaching even now. I will get to that maybe which is a question here. It's the same novel that I'm preaching to a lot of people even now. Gore, the problem with that we have now in South Africa is as much as DJing is concerned. Kore, DJing in South Africa, they don't value themselves or see themselves as artists. Kore, holy DJ, the DJ are as the artist. Reason why I'm saying that, you get a musical artist like a piano player or a bass guitar player or a drummer or those people. When you are a guitar player, that if you are a guitar player, you have your own guitar at home. When you are a drummer, you have your own drum kit at home. A pianist or whoever, all the session musicians, they do have their own equipment at home. With DJing is a different animal. DJs don't own equipment at home. Wantalwai. So I don't know if they don't see themselves as artists now or bona, they see themselves as, but it's the one element that I see us lacking here at home, because that element ebile ke yona e tlo go thusang gore when you are a DJ and you get to a point where you got technical riders, or when you want CDJ 2000, CDJ 3000, you need to be owning a pair of those at home for you to get to a point where you say you want them.
Yeah, no, re botse kereke no. Wa preacher. Yo.
Ko e bula kereke fela. Mara mix yo ba moruti wa ka go kerekeng.
Coming back to the CDJs, right? Are you how can I put this? Are they insured, and do you trust these people you're hiring to? Hape nna nka no fitlha ka hire ka fetsa ka namela bese ka re Botswana. O nkra kae?
Now, you see, with me, lucky enough is through the years of my sound business, I've been very fortunate because I think I've only got like I got shaken by two incidents before, but luckily it never went that far. But I'm fortunate because the people that hires equipment from me, I've known them for long, so I don't really get dry hire, on a given Saturday, uno phone like a randomly. No, and when I do get those calls, that's when I really, scrutinize or check properly. Okay, Lloyd, who's this Lloyd who wants CDJs? Then I'll check you, okay. Lloyd, all right, 1, 2, 3. Then from more, I'll decide if I do, give you the stuff or not. But I've been fortunate because of I've had few less incidences where, I got to that part of my sound for hire.
Got her. Okay, I think I've asked most important questions regarding the sound hiring business. I'm gonna come back to music now with my last question, maybe two. So, how many times have you, like, when you were playing and you got different faces with regards to, let's say, you started playing maybe trip hop and people like, hey, Odhalango, and then you're transitioning to soul. Basara ba re ba o lebeletse, o re nya deep house at one set.
I've never got to that point. I've never got to that point. And I hope I won't be the order that thing. It will soon. I've never got to that. I've never got to that. I think again is the whole element there already. Just know who you are booking or Linda at the same time know where I'm going to play. You understand? I've never got to that point where I had to switch and change because people are not moving or people are no. I've never got to that part.
Re ke kwale mo. Vox.
Nah, shout out, Lloyd, and thank you again for joining us. If you're here, today's guest is Otto B. Yeah, ke yana, hotman ya rona. Wa khana mabitso a ngata mara re mo le yena. Let's pass on the mic to Ulapoza. Ulapoza, cha, please unmute your mic and welcome to Everything House Music.
Sure. Thank you so much, folks. Hi everyone. Otto B.
Later.
Sorry, just a question. Reke pake English ida. Yeah. So I want to know what advice would you give to someone who's actually like trying to make a living solely out of like DJing? Because from what I'm getting from you, you've invested so much like in your craft in terms of like you had to buy equipment and all of those things, like you've invested so much money, and now you already own six CDJs like you've mentioned, but so when I'm looking in like the market, so it's hard for DJs to actually get bookings, especially if they're not in production. Like for instance, when you gonna make an event, you want like your hit makers in the lineup. Like for instance, your clinical deeps, your fatos, and all those guys. But for someone who's like trying to only focus on DJing, what advice would you give them? Especially for someone probably who wouldn't have a movement going like Tequila Gang. Yeah, so I just want to know what advice would you give those guys?
Okay. La Posa, ne? I always say to up and coming DJs or people seeking advices like you are asking on what advice I would give. You see, I personally think if you are seeking for a recognition and you don't get that recognition, that starts something of your own, because we've been knocking for forever in a lot of doors, but those doors were not open. Even now they're still not open, but you need to, if you see that you are trying to penetrate this door and I wulehi, you are trying this and I wulehi, then the best thing is to start something sahau, of something of your own, and believe you me, you will get recognition, even if it takes you 7 years for people to know who you are on Taiwan. But at the same time, it's not easy for you to start something of your own if you don't have the liquidity to do that. But now my advice is, if you are knocking and you want to be given a chance, and how we create, just start something of your own. And to go back to that question, Yori, when you do gigs, you look for the hit makers, or you look for this and that. To me personally, it's not about looking for hit makers, but it's more like looking around my circle ekile mo yona at that minute. When I do a lineup, I don't do a lineup out of my reach. I'll do a lineup considering the people that are around me. And if I see a need that I need to have 2 or 3 ladies on the lineup, unknown ladies, then I'll go that route and get those unknown ladies bow to start pushing. I once had gave some local guys go high by the DJ. Lewana, we had an event, and then Rafeza there in the morning we ended up talking. And a lot of them were asking me about this and this and that. And I saw those boys, there were like 5 of them, young DJs. And all those 5 of them, they are good DJs, kukasida. But the problem ya bona, couple 5 ba bona bao, ha hona lo mo one wa bona who have their own movement go high. You understand? So I took those guys, kabatsiya ba le 5. So okay, you see, you and you and you know each other. Umum plays piano, umum plays house, umum plays deep house, umum plays this. All 5 of you guys here, so I see an event. If Lily 5 is all can get together and start something of your own, hona go high go, with the market that you have and the following that you have amongst yourself, you can only build it up from there. Then fast forward, that movement utumile but to me something se leng hore, even though as a last sebaka, but at least ba try to start something. But yeah.
Nah, shout out. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hola.
Nar releboa Aposa. Thank you for coming through, brother. Thank you for being a part of everything house music. Okay, we've gone through the whole panel, right? I think so. Yeah, I haven't missed anyone. No, I haven't. There's a question more. Martino. Hey, Martino always has a problem. How connect to spacing, He always has a problem. That friend of mine. So what he wants to know, and he texted me. So texted. It's a good passage. What he texted. So he's like, I hope you're good. Look, I wanna ask this about the kind of DJs that you guys see in the industry or look at. I think nobody knows the industry like you do. Um, you have a contact of so many people, but I know your platform, Tequila Gang. They see attraction happening. They also want to be part of it. So here's the question. Okay, yo, waiting to that. Yo, so how do you handle the situation? Like for instance, how do you even decide who to call or mix or not? Um, I told a question. To be okay. Ricky rephrase. Wait. Yeah. So I think what he's asking, yes, I think it's something that also Laposa actually maybe asked, or how do you make up your lineups? But I think you also answered that in terms of you go out there and you find even unknown female DJ, which is good. He also asked, how do you mix and match? I don't know if is there anything else further that you can add onto that?
The one airing, how do we select what, the people to come and play on the show, or what? Uh, the host is sleeping as well.
No, yes, yeah, he was. No, I'm not sleeping. Regarding yes, the lineups on Tequila Gang, yeah, lineups on your gigs. I think that was mentioning. He was mentioning through that, but he's actually also here now. He's a speaker. I don't know if he can actually speak or not.
Well, as far as the guests are concerned on the show, that one is it's a different there's a different criteria. There's not even a criteria per se. I would say from the vinyl DJs that we do at Fire and Ice, Vinny is the one who's running that one. Vinny runs the Fire and Ice side of the online platform, so he will get inboxed, or hey, I hope I will bakela mokhala wa batho di inbox tse ntši. Bravini, sorry, but yeah, he's the one who's running Fire and Ice, so he's got a roster of who to call this week. And as far as the digital side is concerned, which is mainly on Fridays, Copperere, I'll just get random inboxes or phone call or whatever, and you ask me to come and play. Then I ask you what's your stage name. You give me your stage name. How long have you been playing for? You tell me how long you've been playing for. Then a lot of them, they like to say, "Can I send you a mixtape?" And I'm ho thomong mpotsa ka mixtape. Ko botsa straight or it doesn't help. Mixtape doesn't help because you can send me a mixtape along with umixise ke Voxman. You understand? So for me to listen to the mixtape, it doesn't really say much. So the fact that you have made a step to come and play on our platform, it says already that you are confident about your story. Then we'll give you the platform. So there's no criteria or we must check on, listen to your mixes. This is how you mix. No. There's comrades on that channel who are there to crucify people. And us, you are not there to do that. Comrades will tell you, deliver it. He will tell you live. Right? I think there's something wrong with the mixer. When people has power in your hand. When you are watching a stream and you are holding a phone in your hand, you can say anything. O le ko sofeng, o lebeletse motho a bias. Ba ngwala batho. The comrades, they right. I think there's a problem with the mixer. I think so yeah, we'll give you that platform.
No, thank you for that. I hope you heard it. I hope you heard it. I hope he's what Mocha network. But that's Martino for you. Just to mention, we are left with just over 20 minutes. Yes, just over 20 minutes. So if you still want to come up and perhaps give some flowers to our guest, maybe share a thought or two, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Right now, let's go to Utabo. Tabo, house kids. Welcome to Everything House Music. Please unmute.
Sure, Shapu's at Brookhead.
Is that right, Tibos?
Secret.
Exe, Otto.
You guys are Twitter was Ali, and so wait, now I didn't even know what's happening there.
Hey, Joe. Ntse tsa ditshita bona ke tsa business, Joe. A se tsa rona, Joe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're in Brook.
Oh, Monate, Fere, Ushapu.
Okay, grand, Joe. Dumelang, everybody on the space here. Thanks for the host for allowing me to speak. I just wanted to say to Otto, man, shout out for the work that you've been doing. You know, I have a privilege of experiencing you from way back, and you kept true and consistent to what you're doing, you know. And there's very few of you, man, who like got into this business at the time where you started. You know, there was a lot of people at the time, and you keeping consistent is sure that like there's always going to be people who come and go if they don't know what they're doing this thing for, you see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to say shout out to that and keep going and blessings, man. And then in that, I wanted to have an input on somebody who asked you about an advice of if you want to be a DJ and how do you go about getting gigs and stuff like that, you see. So to add on to that, me saying that you've kept consistent into what you were doing, right? You need to diversify and you need to be critical as a DJ. Number one, you see, when you get into DJing, I remember at the time when you were studying, when you got in, right, there was like a lot of pressure. Like everybody wanted to DJ, like wanted to get gigs, play radio, you know. And then you kind of moved. I don't know if I'm watching from outside or it's probably it was your intention. You moved from the DJing, you see, because I think it was getting too jam packed, and then you were you focused on sound, and you didn't mind to travel. Kimberly, if they say they want to sound, you there. Bloemfontein, you just became the sound guy more than a DJ, right? Because of the current time of a lot of DJs being on the roster and wanting to be in the same spaces. That's what happens most of the time with DJs, especially house DJs. They always want to be in the popping spaces, in the busiest spaces, you know. And where else this entertainment thing, it's very big. You understand? DJing, it's big. You can start by DJing, but it doesn't mean you have to just focus on DJing. You see? So you did that, the sound, Ottawa sound. But look at you now. Now you're playing gigs. Now you're busy than probably most of the DJs that they were busy then. So most of them, they're not even around anymore. You see? So that's the critical thinking about DJing and entertainment and then being in these spaces. Also, to add into that, DJs always start as bedroom DJs most of the time. You know, you have an access of a laptop or a computer. You collect music. You love music, right? That's why you're collecting music. And then eventually you start attending gigs. You listen to people say it. You're like, I can play better than this guy. You know, I have more good music than this guy, right? Cool. That's cool, man. That's human behavior, right? But the thing is, what are you doing this DJing for? That's not that. That's number one question that you always need to ask yourself. I have a DJ school, Kokas, in music production, Kokas, and I always ask each and all of our students who comes to say, what are you doing this thing for? What is it that you want to achieve about DJing? I want a DJ. I think it's cool. I love music. Blah 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 blah. So there's a difference being a DJ and being a businessman. If you want to be booked, that's business. It's not passion. It's not I wanna sing, I wanna, you know, it's business. And in business now you need to follow a business strategy. In business you need to pitch. If you want business, you need to pitch. If you want to be booked, you need to pitch. You can do your own things. It's a cool thing to do your own things, right? And then most of the time people, they succeed when they do their own things. However, there's no guaranteed sustainability in doing your own things, and also that dilutes the industry, where now you find a bedroom DJ becomes a event organizer slash promoter, because his events now are popping, yabo. And then now you're a promoter, you're a DJ, you're this everything. You see, that's why our industry, it's very small, where you find that there's no promoters. We don't have promoters in SA. All of the people who book DJs or other people, it's friends, it's people who do gigs, because, and you find that there's no that's where the sustainability doesn't become handy, because we're doing everything as DJs, because we love DJing, we love music. But categorize and be critical and build a team. If you have means of studying something, that means you have capability of being creative and actually actualizing ideas, right? So make a team. Find young. There's always going to be a young kid who wants to be a DJ. You ask them the same question: what do you want a DJ for? And then you find out, okay, you want to DJ for these reasons. Okay, cool. How about you start here? How about you start learning how to tie ropes, the chords, the sound, and then they'll find the passion for sound. eventually, or for engineering. Doc, we don't have engineers also inside. We have so many people who have sounds, but they can't even engineer their own sound. Sound yaja
Yeah,
all the
true.
time. Like, yeah, like you see, but all of us are DJs. So there's so much into DJing, into this business. But if you want to be a DJ, if you want to be booked as a DJ, that's business. That's totally different from the passion, from anything. You need to understand what's business and follow business. Pitch, become, have ideas, and familiarize yourself with the spaces that you want to be involved. Go to those events, attend those events, familiarize it. I'm not saying suck ass, blah blah blah. Go to those events, be pure, be honest, come with pure intentions. You're gonna be seen, you're going to be recognized, you see. And then you pitch from there on to say like, yo man, I think it's time, I can do this, blah 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 blah. Here's my mix. Another thing, another important factor with DJing and getting gigs, mixes, Buffet. Don't be ever too cool to do mixes. If you have a budget to invest on the SoundCloud Pro, get on it. Do mixtapes.
I think.
At the time I started
I
DJ,
think.
yeah,
I think Riku Zanyana, that's the another element that a lot of DJ now are missing. You see, Tabo, you are 100% correct. Remember, mixing, but again, the mixtapes used to be like a marketing tool for you as a DJ, right?
definitely,
A lot of guys don't do that.
definitely.
You can continue.
So mixtapes, right? With my experience, with my brand, and as a DJ, and how far I could go. There's two different types of people. There's people who appreciate music audioly. Audioly, they just want to listen to mixtape music. That's it. They don't do live shows. They're not gonna go to live shows. They don't want to. They don't want to see you DJing live. They don't care about that. And then there's people who appreciate music audioly and visually. You see, to say like, oh damn, this guy is good. His music selection, blah blah blah. And then I would love to experience this person, live. You see, so you always need to cater for everybody. You see, do mixtapes. Mixtapes, they make your brand grow legs. You'll be known in UK just because you put out a mixtape. You see, and that mixtape, it's gonna fly. It's like a flyer. You see, like a flyer. When you do a flyer for an event, the reason it's called a flyer because it flies. You can throw it. You can give it to somebody. They will throw it down. Somebody can pick it up and look at it, and then throw it, and another person will look at it. So a mixtape, you should be regarded as a flyer also because it flies. It goes beyond where you think you can go. So there'll be people who will know of you, right? But they will never know your face because of the mixtapes. But now if you take the mixtapes now and take it to another level where now you're strong with your shows, you make sure that each time you are booked, you make sure that I deliver. You see,
Tabo,
your brand
Tabo,
becomes sure.
sorry, Tabo, sorry to interrupt you, my guy. It sounds like you're not gonna stop, and you only have 12 minutes to go with Otto B, and we still have a
Okay,
hand
I am sorry,
Temara
negotiating.
guys.
is throwing bombs. He's throwing right facts, bro.
Yeah, ba bona batho ba o
Appreciate it.
tshwana le Thabo ba tshwanetse ba tsene ka nako ka 8 a thome le rena ka 8 re mo fe mic cause now
Hey,
he's not
sorry
gonna
guys,
stop
I
and
miss
re
these
sala
things. I
spaces
bump
kala
into them randomly.
ke bona mfe number tsa gago ka mo di-DM
I
ko
know.
lata next week
So
o
I'm
tsene ka
gonna
8
keep it
straight
there.
up.
Please do that, my brother. If you want my number, my email address, I can share all of those things, and shout out to you guys, man. I think it's my second time joining these spaces. What you guys are doing, it's great. It's really, really great. Um, there's so much that needs to be shared. There's so much information that's not shared, because people get into this thing. I'm just going to be short now. People get into this DJing thing because they admire a certain DJ or certain person, and then they follow that suit, which is there's not really there's no roots. There's no a specific thing, a way that people need to follow. People just follow because they see people doing those things. You can do your own thing. You can change. There's no rules. You can change the status quo. There's no status quo for that matter. You see, but I'm just gonna keep it there, Buffet. To shout out to you guys. Shout out to you, Otto. Love and respect to everybody. Thank you, Buffet.
Thanks, my brother. Thanks, brother.
Siyabonga
Tambo
Thabo.
teaser.
Hayi siyabonga Thabo, ubuye mfethu next week. Siyakubona hayi. How's head yamampela?
How do you do this hands thing and smiling thing on? There's so much to learn here.
Wait, Akiri wabona, there's some icons bottom right. Nah, the second one. The
Oh
second
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yes.
How are you? I see there.
Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, let's go to Chetty. Chetty, just keep it 30 seconds because I know people just go on, and it's lovely when we talk. Sometimes we've gone here until 4 a.m., but we don't do that anymore. Chetty. No, Spanish. Wait, no, Spanish.
Hey, you show a monkey this thing.
Let's give the mic to Chetty. Chetty, Joe, please unmute, brother. Just give us 30 minutes of your submission. Thank you. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, please. Yeah. Okay, Chetty. Mic check, mic check. Okay, I'll go again for the last time. Chetty, please say something to us. Your mic is actually unmuted. Okay, Chetty, Kiki Martino. Same jive. Let's go to Nali network problem. Okay, Chetty, call a mic, you know. You've got a network problem, Chetty.
Cool.
Yeah, it seems like you got a delay. Gonna try and come back to you. Moshiga Moten. Please unmute, brother.
Tada. Dumelang. Sharp. Otto.
Fast.
Bona bro ka. O tlo performa neng ko kasi? Ko le tlhabile. Yeah.
I don't know, Akiti. We were supposed to be. We were booked there this past Saturday. Comedy route, but the event never happened.
What's me?
We got there, my man. You know that guy is full of games. That guy, full of games. We get there when Tavo Palace is supposed to play at 8. Next thing he calls me. He calls me on some. Hey, my man, I'm here. There's no sound. I'm like, Ivan, there's no sound. How is there no sound? Next thing, the owner and I'm phoning. I think we're gonna have to move this event because, the guy that I had sound from, ditched me at the last minute. And I tell that guy, man, I have sound. Why was I like a prior? Could have arranged our own equipment and
Simple.
So, yeah, I don't know when am I coming there, but I'm sure soon. I was even thinking of because there was a lot of people who were looking forward to that event. Yeah, last week. Yeah, this past Saturday, which didn't happen. So I spoke to a few guys there, for us, even though that was not our event, but it was a booking. But I saw the need to organize something to make up for that event. Even though but we busy planning to fix that thing to a lot of people who were looking forward to seeing that that gig happening.
All right. Ho tla kasi ke tla kopana le wena ko kasi re tla bua dilo tse paya really too.
Aware?
Sure.
Well, that's how you do it. That's how quick you must do it. Shout out to Moshiga. Chetty, kitla uzama amagcina nja. I will try your mic again. Chetty, please unmute.
Sure, Fluxman. Can you hear me now?
Yaguza mfana nguzwa crane mfana. Give it 30 seconds please with
Thank
Otto B.
you. But Otto, how's it?
Shabuzet.
Sharp man. Ke Chetty Joe from Lohonyane just after Jericho ne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lukunyani.
yeah.
Okay, ho.
So, if you remember, well, the 16th of December, 2016, you were there, Matsapa. There was an event there, and then I think when I no Kilika sound and stuff.
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah,
Go Bashen.
go Bashe,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Shout out.
I asked,
RP.
I asked for Zala, Nekele Mfane Gili Wani there, and then you came, you were like, no, okay, my guy, Tia sound Udale, and then people were happy. It was nice. So I just wanted to appreciate for opportunity la feeling you another time. It was nice. I got opportunity Udala go di Oskidong. I remember, is it Zanele? No? Or Oskido?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was there, and then I just want to appreciate, like, yo, it's only rare people like Botswana and Baba Fang other people a chance to play, like, especially Banyani. So
Mara ke
yeah.
so hurile no ne.
No, I
Mo
am.
wa tshela ka no.
If you can check, there's a picture of mine. Yeah, yeah, skipper Satakila gang. I was holding a snake, and then you once posted it go on Instagram saying whatever you're saying there.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Me, I'm a snake person too.
Yes, yes. But thank you, Retlabu. I'll contact you personally.
Either.
Thank you.
Shout out, Choti Joe. Thank you for coming through, brother. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Renali, at least 3 minutes. Ne? OttoB, re kopa re thome ka wena, o re fe last remark ya hao. So last remark is sharing with us where you playing, perhaps we can what do you think of our platform? What do you think of us here? So yeah, please give us a last remark for today's space.
This
Thank you.
platform we hello every Tuesday.
Yet during the week, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. But every
Oh.
week eating.
Ah,
And then Kari Friday, really deeper space. Ka 12 midday.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that one. I
Yeah.
think I can join that one. Yeah. Okay. That's very nice. I think what you guys are doing here, it's yeah, you onto something here. You onto something here. I can see this thing growing, growing into something very big. I think I'm gonna invite you guys soon. There's a podcast slash show that we planning to fly very soon, where we'll be focusing in on we're gonna call it the producers corner. That podcast we're gonna be interviewing producers, unknown producers. There's a lot of producers out here in South Africa that are producing deep house, that are producing a lot of music that don't get the platform. A lot of people know about their music but they don't know the faces, so we're gonna bring that element into Tequila Gang anytime soon. We just busy trying to finalize this and that, and we should be flying it. I'm gonna be doing it with Ecstasy. Actually, Ecstasy is the one who pitched that idea to me, and I told him this is one thing that was always in the pipeline for us to do, and we're looking into it. So maybe we'll extend the invite and invite few of you here to come and also share what you do, just to for us to try to grow each other in different platforms. You gave me an interview now on Twitter. I'm not a big fan of Twitter. I'll bring you and give you an interview on YouTube. You are when I get you are a big fan of everything.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. I would appreciate that so much. We actually were talking about it already. We also would like to come and play one of these days. So, but thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining platform Aaron.
I think you know what we need to do, ne? We'll engage this thing more and more. Let me give you one Friday, Koperere, where you can create a lineup and bring like maybe 7 people, 5, 6, no, yeah, 7 kawena. So that Friday, you can design your own flyer and we theme it around everything house music, streamed on Takila Gang. You can create and see who to add on the lineup based on the platform that you currently have now.
Thank you. Done. Another time I would give everyone else a mic just for last remarks. Mara Lativa Batubako everything house music. It's 10 o'clock. So load shedding it on sharp, but no. But thank you to each and every person, Olimo. Thank you to each and every person. Thank you for joining us. Yes, 12 midday Friday, the Deep House Space. And then next week, Poisanza. We're gonna be having him on Everything House Music. Please join us. Come through. It's been amazing. It's been good. Please keep well and stay blessed. Kabona Lloyd batlo bua. Lloyd bua fast before space
Oh, ne
crash.
Otto, there's an account on Instagram, the Deep House Space. Ne kere na Sky Makal. It's making rounds currently on Instagram.
Oh,
Reposted it.
yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen
So
it.
yeah, kere na the account, the Deep House Space.
The deep house space. Yeah, okay, one.
Yeah, kere na.
Okay. Now thank you. Thank you, Mr. Otto B. Please enjoy the rest of your evening and urubale hunt.
Yeah, go Ruvala, Vela. Bye
Kaufela. Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
bye.
Thank you again for today. This was good. Yo. Sorry, space.